When I saw you on Instagram, I'm like, oh my God, she seems so fucking cool.
Like the freedom of putting yourself out there, being yourself is so powerful. I'm just going to be myself.
You're just you.
This is it. And sorry. And you don't have to like it. That's okay. Because there's millions of people in this world. And the people that do, and the people that don't. And that's okay.
Back then, did you ever think that you would be like you are now?
If you would have asked me 20 months ago where I would be now, I couldn't tell you. And I have forgotten all of the things that I had gone through. Sitting in this office in the Empire State Building, like, holy shit, like this is amazing. Like I started this in my bedroom. You have to evolve. You have to make some really hard choices. See, every fucking day I am fighting for my life. I mean, there's things that I have gone through that are crazy. I want to write a book about it one day.
How did you do it? What is in here?
I'm a big believer of the universe. I'm a big believer of stop trying to control, because the universe will guide you, and it does. You know what? Just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. So Jen and I first met on Instagram, and she was selling at Net-a-Porter, where I worked at the time. And we carried Jen Fisher. And I used to see on Instagram. Oh, no. Okay. So first was this necklace. I think first was this necklace because this necklace was
styling. You were styling, and we met.
No,
you were doing my shit, and you were using it a lot.
Before the first thing I ever used was this, because I saw this on the Wall Street Journal on Andrea Diddy. And I was like, I'm going to fuck. I mean,
I love it when people come after me for knots too. I'm like, first of all, it's a knot. And then I'm like, and second of all, I made knots. That choker before the Celine knot choker, by the way.
$100. That's
also like the knot. That's like saying you can't, like a bow. Like, give me a break. People.
It's like such an iconic
shape.
It's a symbol. It's like an iconic shape. It's like an iconic design shape. It's iconic. And yeah, don't even get me started.
But you remember that Cass Bird shot that.
That was Cass Bird, Andrea Diddy. I think like Claire Richardson styled it. Oh, is that Cass Bird? Oh,
that's Chrissy Turlington, but the one where you can't see her face. Yeah, that's.
Oh my God,
that's
I love
Cass
that.
Bird.
I mean, she's so good. Yeah. So that shoot was, I feel like it was like the beginning of minimalism as we kind of knew it in our range. You know what I mean? It was very pared back, and I am a jewelry freak, and I'm definitely like, what do they call it? Not the extra, but embellishment queen, jewelry and everything. So I was like, oh my God, I have to have that necklace. And so it was very popular at the time. I think you had just started it, and I called to get that necklace, and I shot it many times, but we didn't actually meet until I was like, I don't think we met until I was like, can we meet? I'd love to meet you. And you're like, yeah, meet me at Mr. Chow. We met, and I threw up that night.
We did.
I threw up. I got I got an egg and cheese on a roll, which I rarely do, and probably potatoes from the deli.
We still do that. We just do it at different places now. Yeah, that's still. I was out last night at 3 margaritas, but I actually, and on today I was like, I had to give myself a glutathione shot starting at like 9 a.m. because I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I need to get on some of that.
Yeah.
So that's how we first met.
Yeah, and I remember we sat outside.
We sat outside, and then like Lori Cole came up, and then your neighbor came up with her kids, and we had so much fun. And I was like, because I met when I saw you on Instagram, like, oh my God, she seems so fucking cool. She seems so cool. I mean, obviously I'm going back so long because I think the point of this interview also is to like describe the arc of where you were then and where you are now. I think people probably look at you and they think that you're this forever, and you might go back to the origin story of how you built your business, but there's also like the midpoint. I feel like there was the midpoint when I met you. You're Jen Fisher, like rising star. One, I don't think you'd been in Vogue yet, and you were like thinking, I think you had like,
no, I had because of the fashion fund.
You were in Fashion Fund, but it wasn't until after that that one of your pieces was on the cover.
Oh, on the cover.
On the cover. And I'm bringing this up because It's not unlike most people that I interview that people look and they think they have it all together. It's always been together. I want to be them and all that. And I know that you're very influential in terms of helping people. You will help people how to get their, mind, body, spirit. You'll tell your story and well, everything, you know what I mean? But there's like an inner I'm interested in your inner life, Jen Fisher. I'm also interested in the outer, but guess what? Everybody, Maiden's coming.
I know it's a weird name, but I needed a name that wasn't my name. I needed a name that felt different. I needed a name that felt like I just and it wasn't Jennifer Fisher Kitchen, which was like a mistake, like putting that on Instagram, like and making that because it's like there's never gonna be Jennifer Fisher Kitchen. Yeah, it is in my kitchen. It was a weird name.
It's a growth I think it's all been a
Yeah.
growth process and you're just fine. And I really do think it's like you're just spitballing. I think you've always like fucking spitballed and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to
Like
see what
see
sticks to
what
the wall.
sticks. And I think so. Tell us what Maiden. Yeah, go ahead. You can tell us what Maiden means because I mean, obviously, Maiden is coming out. It might be out by the time this comes out, but this is basically a way it's a one-stop shop for everything Jen Fisher, meaning Jen Fisher on her Instagram, when everyone's like, "What are you wearing? What are you doing?" It's everything, you know, face,
Yep.
beauty, clothes.
Food.
It's separate from Jen Fisher jewelry.
Yep.
It's separate from it's gonna have, though, cooking stuff on it. It's gonna have your book, your
Correct.
brand new book, Trust Your Gut.
Yep.
Will it have recipes on there? And then you can and
Yes.
okay, so it's basically
Yes.
all the things, like, we all want
It's everything
Jennifer
on
Fisher.
Instagram put into a website.
Exactly, right. And then we'll, of
You don't have
course,
to
still
DM me. I don't have to send you the link for my jeans anymore. I don't have to send you the link for my steamer. I don't have to send you like, like the things like that. So it's basically my Substack, but like not a Substack. It's something that, you'll be able to link back to buy the salt on the jewelry website because that's staying there. But like the recipes are coming off the jewelry website. Like that was weird. Like it's weird to have recipes on a jewelry website, but we'll
maybe
have this
now, maybe
still.
now, but back then it wasn't. Of course, I mean, now you've grown. That's the thing. I've seen you here, and I think that it made perfect sense for right there because it just was a part of you, and I think that there's a part of you that probably always wanted to come out. There's a part of you that I think everybody wanted to come out, and there might have been a part of you that's like, this isn't fashion, da 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 da, which and I don't really know. You did
It is sort
Instagram.
of fashion because it's like it's gonna be all my stuff, like, like I have on this like groovy I should show you. I have on this like groovy like Peppa Pombo thing, like this thing
Oh my God, I love
today.
that. What is
It's
that?
cool, but like Peppa Pombo? I don't know.
But the
It's
thing
cool,
is
like
that
like stuff like that. Like people are like, "Where you get that?" And I'm like, "Okay." And so instead of me putting it on Instagram stories, I'll do a little. We're gonna do a newsletter, and I'll be like, "These are my favorite things from this
oh,
last month," or
mm-hmm,
this is like, if you saw this on Instagram, here's how you can find it here. Things like that, like the things that because not everything, needs to be on there, but it'll be a lot of those kind of things. Like, here's my favorite. When I said like people, I sent Drew to college, and people are like, "Where's her nightstand from? Where's her blanket from? Where's her rug from?" And all that stuff.
right.
So like,
It's
Norm, we're
everything Jennifer Fisher style, I would have to say,
correct.
which is it encompasses a lot of things. So let's talk about how you got there then, because I know how you got to the point of Jennifer Fisher. Every single celebrity is wearing you already were at the place in 2012 that every designer, clothing, jewelry, otherwise would want to be out. You're on every single celebrity. You're on every single red carpet. You're on every single recording artist, Rihanna, like everybody. And you were there. Did you ever think there that this was in your plan? So let's just put that a mark in that for a second. And now Jen Fisher has been had a huge investment. I don't know what you call that when you
Joint when we went through my joint venture.
you go
Yeah,
went through a joint venture, which is like a huge, I mean, basically it's like a huge
huge,
cash infusion and someone really believes
huge
in what you're
deal.
doing and they want to give you the resource to do everything. before that, you had Salt, which basically is licensed to print money. And you already had all these things that I think people were interested in. You know what I mean? Like back then, did you ever think that you would be like you are now?
3 years ago, I would never think sitting in this office in the Empire State Building, like in here with like teams of people. Like I was sitting in a leadership meeting earlier. I'm like, holy shit! Like this is amazing. Like I started this in my bedroom. And yeah, we're very corporate now and we're much bigger and things are very different. And being a willy-nilly entrepreneur like myself for so many years, coming into this corporate world of hierarchy and processes and systems. And I mean, I never knew that I would be where I am now.
Hmm.
And at one point, like I thought, like, do I want to do this still? Is this what I want? And it's like, I know it's funny you said before, just go back to what you said about people, you're on every celebrity, everybody wants that. I'm like, but I don't think everybody necessarily wants that. Like there's some jewelry designers that don't care about that. There's some people that are like, I'd rather be this and this and that. It just sort of like uh, it all sort of happened
Yeah, I
and
don't think you
yeah,
set.
you can't plan for it.
I don't
And
think that you set out to have
no,
your jewelry and everybody. It just happened to be the perfect thing at the perfect time that nobody else was doing. Plain and simple.
I think
Plain and
it's the
simple.
kind of,
You stuck to your
I,
guns, you did what you did,
I
and
trusted
no
my gut.
as much as you were like, um, I think there was a part of, there's like, and on this show I talk a lot about like the fashion, it's just so much of it is just it
Horrible.
it's just so insult like
Oh,
that
my
little
neck came
tiny.
out. Oh.
Oh
Alright, well, at least you
no.
can see my glasses now, so much for that.
Okay.
Thanks, Team
Okay.
Marketing, for charging that.
Yeah, thanks a lot. No, that's what happens when you're like,
I think I like it better without the light.
no, you look great in any light. You're fucking beautiful. I mean, I could ask you a gajillion questions right now, but I know I can get it on your website, and I have the bat phone in case I really need anything. But so Jen, yes, I don't think that you set out. I think when people, because it was so insular back then. Don't forget, it was like
I know.
fashion was very insular. You were already pushing the boundaries because you were on Instagram. Nobody
I did
in
that early.
our little bubble was doing Instagram. Okay. And you were being funny and you were doing things like, I think it seems all normal now, but let's rewind. We're talking
You're right.
13 years ago. Nobody,
2012.
nobody was doing what you were doing. No one had
What,
the.
Instagram launched 2011?
Oh, no.
Like,
Well,
what?
Instagram launched it like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, maybe 2010. But I mean,
No, I
no,
remember being at the yeah, remember Kevin from Instagram? And I remember being at the CFDA Fashion Fund Award or Fashion Awards, and, like, Kevin from Instagram was there, and it was, like, this huge it was before Eva was doing it. It was, like, this huge thing, and I don't remember what year that was.
but you embraced it and you were really yourself when everybody in our business back then and still today is completely self-conscious. So self-conscious. I mean, we're talking like, because this is a Jen Fisher I know from this little insular world, and now she's everything. But we still have this little bubble, and that bubble back then, boy, oh boy, did you need to stay in the bubble? Were you scared to get out of the bubble? And you fucking were just un, un,
You're
unapologetically.
judged from leaving the bubble.
You're judged for leaving the
Judged
bubble because
from leaving the
everybody else
bubble.
probably wants to leave the bubble, but they're too scared of what people will
Judged from leaving
think.
that bubble.
And I think that I know that the reason that you're successful now, I started to see it. It's like you were doing Instagram and everybody was wanting what you're having and everybody, and then you broke through the I'm not only the jewelry to every celebrity and blah blah, but which you didn't even expect it. Again, it was the right thing at the right time, which everybody wanted and no one had except for you. I mean, I could never, why do you think no sample? You couldn't get samples from Jen Fisher. You could not get samples from Jen Fisher for photo shoots. Of course, I always had the bat phone and I was right down the street, so I could come get it and I knew where to go, but no one could get it. So I think what catapulted you, like from then and stratospheric, is that then you started to land on all these big editorials. Obviously, Wall Street Journal. I'm sure you've been on big stuff before, but that was like very groovy at the time. I feel like it was like Christina
Yeah,
O'Neill's
it's like
first.
Christina Haniel and, like,
It,
all of
it
that.
was like very that issue was like. better than any other editorial to get, and it was just
Yeah.
right there front and center, and I think fashion people were like, "Mm, oh," and then finally people
Miguel embraced me. She was super supportive.
'cause she's from Bazaar, like, she's a
I,
fashion
wore
person.
my hoops every day. Like, she was so amazing and supportive. Like, you just need a couple of those people to be like, "All right, cool."
Yeah.
And then it's like then other people are like, "Okay, cool." It's like people are too scared to, like, take the leap. And I mean, granted, she didn't style that, but, being the editor in chief of that, and it was the it's cool. I
I
still
mean,
is like,
you could have any literally, it was like Andrea Diddy wearing a fucking white shirt and this. Boom. You could have had tons of advertisers or whatever, but I think, like, I used to pull your stuff all the time, and then I mean, obviously, it was shot everywhere, but it's like, I think in our business, it's like, "Oh, well, can it be on the cover of blah, blah, blah?" And it's like, you had Wall Street Journal, and then it was like and then when you were on Vogue, when someone used I don't know if it was, like, Tawny or somebody else, like,
Honey, all of those guys, like, those, like, legends.
the hoops,
Camilla
I mean
Camilla Nickerson, like, all of those people supported me. I mean, even before that, though, like, Edward Enninful, like, supported me back in the day. Mel Ottenberg supported me back in the day. Like, those people, including you, like, those people are, like are why
they're
and
like
why
people
we're
who
bringing
see
the
who
re
wanna they wanna be visionaries, and they wanna do something that no one else is doing. It sounds like a lot of people, those aren't a lot of names that you mentioned, but, like, it just took a I mean, so anyways, so at the same time, you were kind of having this, like, very, and at that time, I don't think you sold wholesale. You were still doing direct to consumer. Maybe n
Right. Well, no, when we met, I was selling wholesale 'cause I was selling to
yeah, it's a
Net-a-Porter.
Net-a-Porter,
But,
but it
like,
was
no one. It was like
yeah.
Barney like, the first account was like Barney's. It was
Barney's!
Barney's when, like, Daniela Vitale and Mark Lee were there and, like, Simon Doonan and, like, it was, like, cool, and we were in co-op, and they gave us this whole big section, and I sold, like,
Mhm,
skulls and bones, and, like,
mhm.
I sold my fine jewelry there that connected here and
Right?
dropped.
I
Did
know.
that time ago.
You did
Um,
everything before
I had this we called them cleavage chains. It connected here, and it had fine.
I remember you gave me and then I have, I'm gonna have the other things. I have, like, the TTs and all that stuff, but I think
Oh,
yeah, oh
yeah.
god, they're so good. I know, I don't know if you gave me those. You gave me
We
also
don't make those anymore. Yeah, and I got really lucky too because, Cara Delevingne wore hers everywhere. Rita Ora wore hers everywhere.
I
Like, those guys, the
remember that. She had
CD,
the
Cara Delevingne,
CD,
like,
Cara
in, like,
Delevingne.
the heyday of Cara
Oh,
Delevingne, like, being,
yeah.
like, the hottest fucking model and, like, before she went into acting, and, like, she was so cool, and I don't know, all
I mean,
those
the thing
guys.
is that, like, when back then, when you were looking for something that was cool and unique and different, and you wanted to make a statement, though, it was Jen Fisher. It was all about the initials. You did the initials. I had, like, the bars on, on the other side and underneath. But so I think the point I'm trying to make is that before you were Jen Fisher, who you are now, which is like the world of Jen Fisher,
I love that you call me Jennifer.
oh, what do people call you?
Jennifer, but I love that you call me Jen because 'cause you're my
Oh,
friend.
Jen Fisher.
My friends call me Jen,
I just say Jen Fisher. I mean, it's not even,
but I
yeah,
love that.
Jen,
Means
yeah.
you're respectful.
Um, so you were already hugely successful and at a point that most people would think, okay, I've made it, um, and then you've grown into something more. And dare I say, like the influencer, because before in our little circle, influencer bad, ew, ick, ooh. But guess who was out there being herself every fucking night and doing her thing and took the bold step to be seen. And from that, you've just grown and grown and grown. And now you are, you're a person that people want to know so much about that you have to have your own website that's like, hey, I just like, you guys are asking for something and I want to tell you, and I've done it a million times, and here you can go do this. So, like, what's that arc between, did you just, and because if you follow your Instagram, if people follow Jen Fisher, you have to look at her stories. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck yourself. Like, be you. And how did you keep, were there times that you had to use those messages for you to keep moving ahead?
Oh, totally. There's so much. So
Like, tell me about that.
I've been through a lot in the last few years. Like at some one point where it's like, am I gonna lose everything? Is this what I want to do? Do I want to take this leap of faith? Like I have been through, and they say that businesses have to go through this inflection point of like you go from being, a certain number at business, and then you start to get to that other point. You have to evolve. You have to make some really hard choices. You lose your people, you lose that freedom, you lose a lot of things that you were dependent and reliant on. And the only thing that you knew for so many years, you have to make that choice. Yes. And so to answer your question, I still to this day use all the shit I put on there to like, it's get me going and like
Mhm.
get me out and get me
But, like, is
through.
it daily for you? Is it still, like, a daily
Yes, it is
practice?
every fucking day, Tracy. Every fucking day I am fighting for my life. It doesn't matter. I am it because there's so many different things, and there's
Mhm.
so many things that happen, and there's so many problems that people don't know about, and there's so many, yeah, people think that I put everything on Instagram. I don't. Like there's so much that's positive that's not there because I don't think it's anyone's fucking business, and there's so much negative on there because it's no one's fucking business. Like I choose how to show what I want to show. But
Mhm.
yes, and to your point, I've used those mantras, those sayings, like all of that stuff to keep going. Like have like Gabby Bernstein, one of my dearest friends, and mentored me through the hardest, darkest time of my life. Like
No
a
way.
lot, over the last few years. Like I've gone through some serious shit that like I'm gonna write a book one day. I mean, I'll never forget. I mean, there's things that I have gone through that are crazy. Honestly, like I want to write a book about it one day of being a female business owner trying to raise capital and the shit that you were and how you were treated and how you are just judged, and it is so crazy. Um there's something to be said there. A lot of people, and when you get ready to raise capital, ladies, you better put your big girl panties on
Put your
because
big girl, because it's a bunch of guys
you are
sitting in a fucking boardroom, isn't it?
You are under a microscope. There's women too. There you are under a microscope. You are judged. You are picked apart. You are told you are doing every single thing wrong. You are, until you find your right people.
Yeah.
I found the right partners. So, and it's like, and it's about, and that's also like a very scary thing to go through because, I was always so proud to say that like I own 100% of my business. I don't have any outside investment. That was like my fucking thing for years.
Mhm. Well, you
Can't say
know.
that anymore. I've got
Yeah.
partners now. So it's
Yeah.
different. So, but and it's one of those things too where like you look back at it and as you're going through it, it's so scary. And as you're going
Mhm.
through it, it's so hard. And it's like that I love that meme on Instagram where it's like a year ago it was here and now it's here. How like
Mm.
so like it's so true. Like if you would have asked me 20 months ago where I would be now, I couldn't tell you, and I have forgotten all of the things that I had gone through. But I now know that I had to make that step. I had
Wow.
to make those changes. I
Mhm.
lost employees of 12 years. I had to let people go that were my fucking best friends that I love to this day that we're still friends, but like people that like but then you see them evolve and them get these amazing jobs and move on and do
Mhm.
other things. And so
Mhm.
it all kind of like I'm a big believer. Sorry, I'm from California. I'm a big believer of the universe. I'm a big believer of like stop trying to control what's happening. And that's like the best thing Gabby ever taught me is like you have to release control of trying to control everything because you're blocking your manifestation, which is so true. Like you have
Wow.
to let go because the universe will guide you and it does and it's true like and now I'm even in this position and yes maybe we may be in a situation now where we're opening Madison Avenue, we're moving Beverly Hills next to Air One, we have all these amazing things happening and things are great, but like you still have to like take a deep breath.
Mhm.
I've learned to be much more controlled and mature now in many situations. So it teaches you things that are really important. So like, I have to sit in meetings now with 20 something people and I have to learn to keep my mouth shut and I have to learn to not interrupt everybody. Like but you evolve and you learn. It's like corporate Jack.
Interesting.
It's cool. And so like, and a lot of times, like I'll call my husband Kevin after a meeting. I'll be like, this was just so fucking cool. But I can't act the way that I used to. And that's okay. And that's good. So you learn and you grow, and I know I have these amazing team members and all of these people that like I could never imagine having this much support, and it's really fucking cool. But it's also like this shit didn't happen with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and there's a reason why they say that because it is true. It
So
is true.
when you said you were considering like, do I want to stay in this? Do I love it enough? Was that at the
Mhm.
point were you thinking about taking outside investment or during during that process when you were looking and looking around at who you
During
might
that
want to partner
process, because
with?
it's like it's a weird process where you have to go from like, okay, what are we gonna do? What's happening? And you have to make some really hard, scary choices. And
Hmm.
that is, and it's like, because like going into this, that if you take on partners, you have to really want this and want to grow it and want to take it to that next step. And
Hmm.
so yeah, there's times where I'm like, is this it? And I'm like, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it.
That was in your
I worked
what?
my
So
entire life to do this. This is it. This is it. This is it. And it's okay. It didn't feel comfortable at first, but now it
mhm,
feels comfortable because I know I made the right decision.
mhm. So is it like in your oh no, no, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep
there's that. That's why I named my that's why the cookbook is called
Oh,
Trust Your
I'm
Gut.
so happy that you did trust your gut. There's no one more, and that's what I think I'm trying to explain and try to like, uncover the stories of these people who have done these amazing things. It's not about the entrepreneur show about like this person made, and and all power to financials and things like. I mean, I think that there's a place for everybody. I'm interested in talking to people that have built the life and the career that they want against all odds, no roadmap. Everybody wants to do it. It's so fucking competitive. It's so fucking judgmental. How did you do it? What is in here? Of course, there's so many other things that you do that I think take care of your mind, body, and obviously your eating. And, we do call it the gut brain for a reason. But even before you were maybe into all the health food stuff, it's like, I know you because we've talked before about how you were raised and, how your dad raised you and, this amazing inner resolve that you have. But I believe that that got you somewhere and it probably helped to get you here. But like, again, what are these extra things? This is the gut feeling, which you have to like fucking jump off a cliff. You jumped off of a cliff.
It's called fucking work ethic, Tracy. It's what people don't understand.
Hmm.
And like every people can say, "Oh, I'm a jewelry designer. I'm like put my stuff on Instagram." Okay. All right, girl, you do that every fucking day, 24/7, 7 days a week.
Since fucking, I don't
And
even know what year did you even start.
let's see how long you last. Let's see how long you
See
last.
how long you
And I'm not
last.
saying anything against people that do that because some of them do. But like you have to have determination, grit, and a work ethic like no other that you are willing to do this 24/7, 7 days a week for fucking years and see amazing payoff sometimes, but then like and then go right back to work. Like you
Hmm.
cannot like and everyone's always like, you really should take the time to enjoy. I'm like, no, bitch, like I am enjoying it. That's what you don't get. Like, and it's not about being a workaholic or all of this shit or people not taking time for yourself. I take time for myself. It's called a margarita. It's called my girl time. It's called my PEMF mat. It's called my flat iron Pilates. What you do to make yourself feel good
Right?
is not what I do, so
Right?
don't judge me.
Don't judge
Like,
my
it's
fucking shit.
just don't judge my work ethic, my work I love to work. I don't
I think people don't understand that, like, when you love what you do, no, correct me, this maybe sound over, too pie in the sky, but we're both been blessed to have jobs and careers that we love. When we finally find the thing that we love, when you're working and doing, and I think that you have your own company, so it's like probably even more than someone like me. But when you do what you love, you never feel like you're working. Is it hard work? Yes. Do you feel like, ugh? the is probably more like, oh my God, I have to, it's the other things. It's not that creating new stuff or being on the photo shoot or all those things. So I think that for me personally, I get energy, I get energized by what I'm doing. And most people that don't have that, they're the ones pointing the finger saying, why don't you have more fun? Why don't you do it? Why don't you? I'm like, well, I get to have fucking fun all day long. So like, I don't know, like, and I do think working out's fun. And I do think eating well is fun. Like.
And you're also like, "I like to schlep clothes on shoots." Like, what's the big fucking deal? Like,
I mean,
I like
you have to love it. So
yesterday, like I was a stylist before I was a jewelry designer. Like, there's a joy in all that shit.
I know, I
There's also
remember.
joy in like,
Yeah, I saw
it,
you. I saw you. It was on Instagram. And I think you're like, oh my God, it's like there's so many more shoot days than there used to be. And it was like shoot day, and like, yeah, there's like early hours, and you're standing on your feet, and but it's so. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, it's so fucking fun. But generally speaking, when I go off for shoot, I'm just like, that was really fucking fun. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, the food was shitty. Oh my God, the only pizza I like, oh my God. Like, but it's fucking fun. So tell me about the hard work also, because I do think that people look at you and they'll like, they don't understand also how people can like fit it all in. I think that's a normal question. People probably say like, oh my God, Jen, like, how do you fit it in? But like, it's kind of like, how do you fit it in? But I know how you fit it in because it's all part of the bigger picture. It's Jen Fisher, and it's everything you do is a part of your world that helps not only helps the jewelry and the business, but is fueling your creative fire and getting everything out that you want to. You happen to like love to show your workouts and love to show all these other things, and your pimp mat and all that. And people may have cherry picking of one, you happen to do them all, which is why, I've been obsessed with you. But now I'm like, even, oh my God, the health and fitness, I'm just like, fucking go, mama. We all need everything, so, and your kids, and you cook,
that's what I was gonna
motherfucker.
say. It's like it's been really hard. Like, and I just dropped Drew off at college last weekend, so I'm
I
now an
saw
empty
that. I
nester
know. How are you?
Tito. I'm actually good because she's happy. She's happy.
Amazing.
And so that makes me happy. It's the last couple of years have been hard because, the Drew is home. Shane is now a junior in college, but they see like all of the stuff that has gone on and they saw, they've seen me and the transition of Kevin working in my business and then not working in my business any longer and like that and we co-parent really really well together, but also seeing that dynamic change and like
Uh-huh.
it's not perfect. Like shit's hard and like I feel bad in a way because I feel like in the last couple of years, I haven't been the best mom to my children because it's like even all day today, like my kids, they know they're like, can you talk? Or like, are you in a meeting? And they
Uh-huh.
know that like they've learned like, but then I go home and I cook them dinner, or things like that. Like I do what I can to the best of my ability, and it is not
Uh-huh.
perfect, but like I do the things when I can, how I can, and that's part of the reason why I decided to grow the business now is that they're both because I knew Drew was leaving and going to school, and I knew that I would have more time to
I was wondering
travel.
about that. I was wondering about that because it did seem, this past few years has been so intense. I mean, it's like we just see each other basically on Instagram kind of, I don't need to like,
Have
if
your
I
time.
needed you in the fucking 911, I'm at the hospital, you'll come. If I'm like, I need you to come. But we respect each other enough to be like, you're fucking busy and I can see that. But I also did think, yeah, I'm sure you probably weren't doing everything you used to do, which was such a part of like you. It's so nurturing also to cook. And I think that by seeing you still keeping doing that, and you know, I knew that you were okay, your kids were okay. Do you think that being honest with them also and like really, you guys all have such a, even with you and Kevin, I remember you telling me like, "Why don't you tell Craig blah blah blah?" Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You guys are married now. Like, do you think that that also helped like the communication skills that you have within your family and your family dynamic and you with your kids also helped? And like, because I don't know, you probably didn't tell them everything, or maybe you did, but it's very difficult
No,
to
you should at
find a
least hear.
partner to that thing that you went through in business is really hard, and running the business at the same time. Okay. It's grueling.
Yeah,
We both know people, we all know people on our, in many different sides who have done that. And
yes,
um, it's also not like starting a business. That's why I'm so focused on creative people and fashion people and models, hair, makeup, everybody. It's like you can't exactly show a metric. You can't when you're look, shopping your business or whatever, it's so subjective. c- you know,
Totally.
Style is so subjective. So it's like when I'm saying
Yes.
what you went through and, your kids in the process, like, did you guys all communicate? How much did you let them know? Were you like, guys, I love you,
It's
but
hard for them to not know. Like, we live in a loft apartment in New York City, and if we're on conference calls and they get home from school and it's like they're hearing parts of it, there's nothing you can do. And they ask questions and things like that. But, you know, the kids are so fucking cool. My kids are so fucking cool. And not just they're my kids. Like they're just like easygoing. They know they and that's one thing that I think is really important too, is that they watched how hard that I've worked their entire lives. That's all they know because I started the business when Shane was born. So all they know is this working mom. And then over the last, 8 years with Kevin, that us as a team doing that and then co-parenting the kids together is what they know. I mean, COVID is a whole other fucking different story of keeping the business alive, of what we had to do during that. The business exploded during COVID because everyone was here, and so people were buying jewelry.
oh, maybe. Yeah, I
So,
can't even
like,
think
that's,
about
like,
that.
crazy. I mean, there's so much to tell, like, I can't even tell you, like,
Yeah,
of where things that have gone on, and the Underground Railroad we had to build of production because we didn't furlough one person during that.
I
We kept
remember that.
everybody employed, and I went in every day and I shipped every order by myself from our
Hmm.
place at Fifth Avenue because we could fulfill there legally as a warehouse because we kept our inventory there. I'd like turn on Justin Bieber and I had my workout pants on just like you. And I would go in there and it was like outside. It was like terrifying because there was like no one outside. And it was like, what's that? Will Smith, where all the zombies are outside and like,
Winter, yeah, zombie
yeah,
apocalypse.
that's what it was like. It was like, but anyways, I think, but the kids saw that and the kids lived through that. And the kids in those formative years of like teens, like, I think kids seeing work ethic is very, very important, and I
Hmm.
think, um, they understand and they're empathetic, and that's my proudest point of a parent is that my kids are empathetic humans because they understand compromise, they understand that not everyone is perfect, and
Hmm.
they're not like they're acquiescing to people despite that, but they're good humans, and Kevin's an amazing partner. We've been married 24 years in September, which is
Oh my
so crazy. Oh
God.
my god, that's like in 2 weeks.
Oh my
Wait.
God.
Oh my god. Wait,
Sidebar,
it's like within
sidebar,
a week. Oh shit.
sidebar. Yeah, you better get on there. Why don't you do what Craig did? You find out the anniversary and then you go on and pick something really obtuse. I mean,
We're
I
going
don't
to California actually. I'm actually going tomorrow, which is
know.
which
You
is
are?
so weird too. So he's already there.
Oh my
I'm
God.
going to California tomorrow because we are closing our first Beverly Hills store on Cannon to
On
move to our
Canon,
new Beverly Hills
which I
store.
think is so like you were on that.
We were there when it was like Wally's was really cool and like all of that and like they're like it was like the Poppins place to get your makeup or your hair done and like the restaurants and then COVID happened and everything changed on that street. So
Well, I also think type have your
you learn so much. You
well,
learn
also like
so much.
we're from California and to be on Cannon Drive. Sorry, I didn't ever think there was a problem with that, honey. I just think that where
Well,
you're
no, there
moving.
is no because Erewhon's on Beverly and that's the only place anyone goes. So that's where you want to be, which is where we're going.
Oh, the Air One on
Beverly.
the original?
No, the new one, Beverly I know they're both on Beverly, but
Okay.
there's one in Beverly Hills, and so now we're moving, like, 2 doors up from that,
Oh, okay.
which is great.
Whatever you're doing, everyone's like, everyone is gonna come. It doesn't, But so, well, I was gonna say the side note of that I wouldn't have married Craig if I hadn't met Kevin because you know that story because
Remember
Kevin
when you
was
guys got engaged and
yeah.
remember we
We
you
you
came over
came
for
you invited me to your
champagne?
office and we opened champagne. You said get down
We
here right now.
did. You remember when Craigie proposed to you?
Yeah. And then we got me for engagement gift a celery juicer.
I did.
Because you drank celery juice every day. And again, back in 2000 and whatever, Jen Fisher was drinking celery juice
Not
and
green
doing
juice,
all kinds of
celery
shit.
juice. Full
Celery juice.
story.
Yeah. You were
Celery
doing all
very
kinds of
fine.
stuff that
Wait.
that no one ever did. So so you went through this intense time, which I don't think most people don't understand is when you're, finding a business partner. How much did you want
While writing a cookbook at the same time, because that's what you do.
but when you're wait, so you were wow. Then I'm like, how do you do it? And plus, I remember like during COVID, I moved in with Craig and then we had Marlo and you were helping me clean out my refrigerator. You put me on FaceTime and you helped me do my refrigerator, and you told me what to make. Also, the Jennifer Fisher, why I thought that was always so great is that back then you were an influencer like you are now, and you help people cook. And we made the monkey bread, and we made her the whatever the cinnamon bread, like that helped people all through COVID. It helped me. You've just been such
People
a
tell me
champion
that
of
all the time, that
me and
bread
life.
saved their fucking life. The banana bread and the cinnamon bread saved my life too.
Save
I
our
mean,
fucking lives.
it
So
like, those things made you feel connected to people, and
yeah, and Jen, you've always made people feel connected, and you've always been the most amazing friend to your friends, and you care about people, and you care about everyone around you. And I think that,
thank
yes,
you.
in the universe, that does pay off also.
You know what? Just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Like, I think don't gatekeep, be honest about, like, shit that you do, like facelifts and all those kinds of things. I think it's stupid to try to, like, "Oh, look,
You have
I just"
trailblazed that you've also trailblazed there. Do you know how many people are in our industry now who are, and I keep telling people, like, we're talking in the bubble here. We're not talking about big life. We're talking about the little fashion bubble that people everybody wants to get it. You got to get into it. You got to get successful. You got to stay in it. You have to be, you want to have a good life. You want to be happy. And I think that that's what everybody is searching for, not necessarily to be in our business, but it
it's
takes
like in
us.
fashion. I was like, "What?"
No, it takes yeah, it just takes a lot. It takes so I think again, I guess I'm just saying where you're trailblazing is that there's not many, and I cuz you're like still a fashion insider. You're a giant fashion designer, but you're still, like that. You have also trailblazed in that way. I'm now seeing people in our world talking about plastic surgery, what they did, but I think you were the first.
I think I might have been. I don't know.
You were
Maybe
the
it was Marc Ja
first.
I don't know. I think Marc Jacobs talked about his facelift a long time ago.
Okay, but I
Maybe
mean,
well, I don't know. I think maybe, like, for a girl, okay, like, that started talking about all of this kind of stuff because why lie? I just don't understand. It's just stupid. This is my thing, and this is, like, this maiden thing, and this is a part of what I say about maiden. So, maiden means a
yeah.
lot of different things,
Yeah,
but
tell us
part of
about
it
what it you can tell us about what it means. I heard on Instagram, but maybe you wanna tell people about the name or whatever. I thought that was interesting about the double entendre about what m made it mean.
well, we can talk about that, but, like, I never had a sister. I have 2 older brothers. I never had a sister, or I never had and I look at these girls that have sisters, like, I'm gonna call my sister, or my sister's family with this, or, like, have really
Mm,
close relationships with women in their family, and I didn't really have that. So, that's what I feel like this is what I want it to be. It's like
mhm,
this and it could be for anyone, but, like, I never had a super and listen, I love my brothers, not the closest relationship in the world, if I'm being completely honest. We're
mhm,
very different people, live
mhm,
in very different places, but, like and have a pretty significant age difference between some of us, so I never really had someone besides my mom and my dad, which is why I'm so close with my dad and my mom, um, that was, like that helped me. And it's also like to go through like having Hashimoto's, having to go through chemotherapy because of my desmoid tumor, having to go through just all kind figuring out how to eat right. Like I did so many things wrong and I want to help people not waste the money. I want to help people not waste their time. And
mhm.
that's sort of what me that's what trust your gut is too. So trust your gut, just so as you guys know, is my cookbook that's well, I'm sure I think maybe will be out by the time this comes out. But
Yeah, tell us yeah, I wanna hear, I mean, because that's
that is, because I didn't have any help eating really anti-inflammatory, until I read Will Cole, Ketotarian. He wrote the introduction to my book, which funny enough now
oh my
yeah.
god. Wasn't he the one who got you to start celery juice also, or no? I don't know. Anyways,
No,
okay, so go ahead. So
no.
we'll call while he wrote the okay, yeah, so tell us about the
Yeah,
book.
so he wrote the introduction to my book, because we're now friends, and I saw him for a little bit, like, as, like, a client, because I read Ketotarian during COVID, because you had to quarantine for 10 days when you were going back and forth to LA, and I was opening my LA store, and so I read Ketotarian while I was quarantining, and it
Oh
changed
my
my life.
god.
It was right before I turned 50, and it was just these simple things to, like, change your life, um, like, eating the right, like cutting out dairy because I was eating gluten free
Mhm.
as per my old endocrinologist, but I was eating a bunch of shit that was filled with seed oils, gums, cane sugar, things that you shouldn't be ingesting. So you're inflaming. You think you're being healthy, but you're actually inflaming your body. So
Mhm.
I made a choice at that point. Like, well, first of all, I was like, I only drank organic red wine for like 6 months. That didn't last very long. 'Cause you're not really supposed to drink, but
I mean, it's all about the balance.
I was like, listen, man, I can do part of this, but I can't do all of it. So that's sort of like the whole point of trust your gut. Like, you don't have to do it perfectly. Like, I drink alcohol, I eat red meat. I do all the things. If I feel like having Chinese food like I did last night, post my like my shoot, I order Chinese food. I order MSG free and soy free, but
Oh, wow, that's good. I
I
can't go
do
that
that stuff.
far.
But like you got to live your life. You got to if you want the cheeseburger, eat the
Yeah.
cheeseburger. But what you want to do is make sure that your house is set up for success. So if you do get home like drunk one night and want to make nachos or a pizza, you've got the right chips and the dairy-free cheese. And so it's like it's almost like this cheat sheet. So uh I got lucky enough Martha Stewart gave me a quote, like, got because she's like she did her homework. Like, I give everybody in this book, like, basically, like, "This is what you need in your house. This is what you do." Like, this is exactly and so Chef
Oh my
Martha
god, I
gave me
cannot wait to read wow. Okay, I had no idea it had all that stuff in it too.
she gave me a blurb. I guess that's what they're called
Who
blurbs.
cares?
I know, fucking Martha, right?
I mean,
Imagine.
that's major because I know
Yeah,
people who write books and it's like, "Oh my god, it's all about, like, who gets a little blurb or whatever," but I can't that's huge.
like, that's the cherry on top.
So the book I know it because I knew you kind of, well, you're always in shape, you always look great, but I didn't realize during COVID that was a big turning point, physically or in your nutrition.
It was right when we were coming out of COVID, when my store was
Mhm.
about to because during COVID, that's when I started doing I was eating flour, I was still doing seed oils, I hadn't read it yet.
Mhm.
So I was like that's when a lot of people started following me for the food, and it was like dairy, and I was drinking a lot of wine, and like, everyone's getting wasted all day, and like at home and cooking all kinds of comfort food,
Oh, yeah.
and so that's when people first, like, got to know me was cooking all of that. So then when I went anti-inflammatory, a lot of people were like, "Whoa, wait, what? Wait, the Jen we loved in COVID."
Oh, interesting.
So the cookbook has options for both. So like you can make it with almond flour, or you can make it with AP flour, or you could use regular cheese, or you can use. So there's both. So
Okay,
that
that's
was a
really
real
important.
fun project trying to like get all that conversion shit together. Kevin
That is
helped me
very
with all of
important to know.
that. Could not have done any of this without Kevin. Kevin is my
We all need a K-fish. Still
crayfish.
K Craigie, look what K-fish take. Still the coffee. And
So
so
he's helping me get MAEDYN up and going. So because he's
yeah,
not with the jewelry, he's not part of this any longer, which is time. It was his time.
and I was
Um,
wondering, I think I'd heard or maybe one of your other people asked you on Instagram, like, what is
yeah, it
he
was time.
doing or whatever, but
He
so
he needs to do something that's gonna make him happy. Like he helped me build this business. Like Kevin needs to go and do something that's gonna make Kevin happy now. Like,
so tell me, like,
yeah,
what is he doing with me? I mean, obviously the content. I mean, if I was to look at you and I'd say, wow, this person is like she has to get all this out. Let me help get everything out. Is he like, structuring it or just getting it all, just making it
Kevin
happen?
does all the BTS stuff. Kevin is just like the king of the BTS, like making sure that like documents are done and this. Cause now I have a manager and now I'm getting brand deals and now there's like a lot of other things going on and there's like stuff happening and he's sort of helping with all of that. But then he's also kind of figuring he's having a lot of meetings trying to figure out what his next step is too. So
Mhm.
he's working on both. And so as long as I can have him, I will take him. I don't think that's gonna last much longer. But, he's just a good guy. He's the best. So
Then let's go to Maiden. So first came Trust Your Gut, the book, which it sounds like it was really a heavy lift. It's not only because I just thought it was healthy food. I didn't know that it kind of gives you like it's a kind of a double entendre, right? Trust your gut. You can eat this or you can eat it this way. You can go here and you can go there. And I also love the fact that you tell people like I had Chinese food and I love the fact that you're always drinking or because people think that it has to be all or nothing. And nothing
No, and
has
some
to
days
be
you
all
can
or
feel like
nothing.
shit, but, like and I think you have to go back and forth in order to understand, like, when you eat so clean, you also need to take days off to, like, if I'm gonna go Drew wants to go try Bradley Cooper's cheesesteak place, I'm not gonna not fucking eat it, and it was delicious
Right?
with
Oh my god, I
peppers, oh my god, so
no, I
good.
haven't had it yet.
Yeah, like yesterday on set, we had, Utopia bagels. I'm not gonna not eat a Utopia bagel with scallion cream cheese while I'm on set, you know what I mean? Like, but then we had healthy granola bar catering for lunch, thank you. Like, just like, you gotta balance
It's
it. There's a
just you
balance.
gotta
Like,
balance
nothing
it,
is
yeah.
perfect. You can't and so but the thing is, like, when you eat the Chinese food, I felt like I slept like I had 3 margaritas last night with my girlfriends. I ordered Chinese food. I slept like absolute dog shit. My stomach hurt this morning. And so then I went back and I had my leftover meat wrap that I made up the other day, which is fucking delicious. I
The
have
one
to
that
put
was on Instagram? That was so
oh
funny.
my
You're like, "This
gosh.
is gonna look like shit." I'm like, "Who cares? It looks fucking amazing."
It's delicious and it kinda like a supreme pizza.
Oh my god, it
It's
looks
just sun-dried tomatoes and jalapeno, but
so good.
yeah, so there's that. And then so MAEDYN came. So MAEDYN is the website, which hopefully will be up soon. We're working on it. It's gonna be a slow to grow kind of thing. It's not like everything is gonna be on there at once, but we'll start with a few simple recipes, and a few things, and then we'll just grow it over time. Like it's not like it's like boom, here's like this lifestyle website of everything that she's ever done and all of her recipes. No, it's
No.
not gonna be that. It is gonna be slow to grow. We want to evolve it. It'll evolve naturally. But MAEDYN is. I wanted something that was a cool name that just didn't. It just I came up with it one day, and it was really funny trying to spell it because people are like, "How do you spell it?" It's MAEDYN. And so I'm a May 1st birthday, so that's how it kinda started, like, May 1st, so like May
Mhm.
1st. And, I kept my maiden name when I got married, so much so that I hyphenated my name because I was Jennifer Mullins Fisher for years
Oh, maybe
until
well, yeah, I guess I didn't know that until I
yeah, until I was Jennifer Mullins Fisher until Jennifer Fisher started.
wow.
Jennifer Mullins didn't sound right, Jennifer Fisher sound better, so went with
It's a
Jennifer
great
Fisher.
name.
But it's still my middle name because I was Jenny Lynn and I hated my middle name, so it's Jennifer Mullins Fisher, but I did actually really hyphenate it for a
Mhm.
while.
Mhm.
So May 1st birthday, kept my maiden name, and then, like, the den because I was like, "It's like the where it's like a" I was like, "It's like a group," but I was like, "It's the den of all the people. Here's
Mhm.
my den of people." And then I also thought maiden was sort of like a name that it was, like, for, like, a weak girl, and I was like, "That's not
No,
who
I
we
don't see, I thought when I first heard the name Maiden, I'm like, "Oh my god."
Maiden, you
Obviously, I
are.
love the wordplay. I mean, I just love I love the spelling of it so chic. It looks really good as all your branding always d just like the name, I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking genius." It just looks so good. But I always thought Maiden, like there's the maiden voyage. I mean, the Maiden is like, I
That's
feel
another
like
thing too, it's like, this is my maiden
oh,
voyage.
it's
Sure.
like I mean, I'm going like, "Meow." I mean, it was fucking I was like, "Oh my god, of course it's the perfect name." Because I've thought forever you should have like some kind of magazine or a whole blog or something, or, more of your information about you somewhere to find in one place because you're such a fountain of everything. And you are, now that I'm hearing you talk, you are like the big sister. Like you have helped me. Remember that one? I mean, we barely know each other, but
No,
I
I know
think
what
you
you're
can
talking about.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. When someone's a good person, it's like, "I fucking got you. Come over right now. Drop everything. Come over. I'm gonna dedicate 3 people, and we're gonna help you."
Yep.
And that was one time on a business, situation, and there were other times, with guys, certainly,
I've
and,
known you a long time before Craigie.
yeah, and food and just, you got me yeah, I definitely like I started drinking celery just because of you and just a lot of other things. You hooked me up for my shoots all the time, which fucking saved my ass. Meaning like when you couldn't get Jen Fisher samples, I had the bat phone. But when with Maiden, yes, because I feel like you are a trailblazer. So it's interesting that you think that Maiden was like, oh, a little Maiden. I feel like a Maiden is a baller, is a maiden. We hold ourselves, we embrace ourselves and our femininity and everything that is about us. And so, yes, the part about being the older sister and the friend and all that, that totally
Yeah, I think it's
tracks.
important,
So
and it's not I didn't wanna do a Substack because I'm like, "Why did I do a website? It's so much more work." That was really stupid. But then I'm like, a Substack to me,
no, you're
I
bigger.
it doesn't feel right
No,
for
you're
what I
bigger than
want
you're
to do.
you have too many. I don't know. I don't say like you're bigger than Substack because that's nothing against
Substack is
Substack.
huge. No.
It's huge, But I
But I
think
just it just doesn't feel right. I'm like, I built a website early, so it makes sense to build this website. That's just sort of like I never really thought about it because people are like, Why are you not just doing a Substack?" And I was like,
mm-mm.
"Shit, that's a really good fucking question." But I guess it's just because I just build websites and just do it that
I
way.
feel like there's so much there's such a prolific amount of information that comes from you and resource. And what I love about a website, Substack, I don't know. I don't want to. I mean, who knows? I had one and I stopped it, but and I may do it again with the podcast. But in terms
Sure.
of thinking of things, I think you're like 24/7. Why not just have control and give the people what they want? Sorry, I feel like if you're really doing a service for the kind of information that you have, and the fact that it's so prolific, it's a website. Sorry, if you look at any giant, um, you know, Jay Shet I don't know, sorry. But you are also going into the spiritual part. Like, I know that we're running out of time, but how did you get involved with Gabrielle Bernstein? Because I saw
The
her.
thing, I'm flying to LA and I'm seeing her tomorrow because she's doing something and she invited me to it, like a really small thing that I'm really excited about because it's kind of I can't talk about it. I'll talk about it after because but it's a very cool thing and I'm excited to go and do it tomorrow night in Los Angeles.
Well, you're in
Uh,
that. I would consider you in that, and I don't know what it is, but I can only imagine it could. I feel like you are really towing the line, like fitness, wellness, and spirituality. Maybe it's not like I'm a spiritual guru, but Jen, you're so tapped in to
I don't
something higher is drawing it, your gut feeling, the fact that you're so tapped in is basically spiritual gangster, is spiritual everything. It's like that's what it is. It's following that your gut feeling.
Trust me fucking gut, man. It's not about
Trust
being spiritual to me, and it's like I've got my spiritual friends that will are they're my fucking like my Gabby and stuff like that that are like those are the people that I lean on and like
mhm.
I take from them what they give because that's their specialty. But I take parts of it. Like there's it's like everything. Like you take it's not everything, 'cause, like, it's like the thing with Will, I took what works for me. I took
Mhm.
parts of it that worked for me, and, like, you make it your own, and, like, all of that stuff out there. It's just about, like, kind of just telling it like it is, and I think not being afraid to be honest, and the freedom of putting yourself out there, being yourself is so powerful, and it helps you so much because for so many years, "Oh, I thought I had to be a certain way," and we worked in the fashion industry, and you had to, like, not wear black to certain parties and all of that shit, and it's like,
Mhm.
uh-huh. So, like,
Mhm.
that so finally, it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna be myself,
You're
and
just
I'm gonna
you.
do what
You're
I wanna do, and this is it, and sorry. If you and you don't have to like it, that's okay, because there's millions of people in this world, and the people that do, do, and the people that don't, and that's okay. I don't like everybody else. I don't like everybody either, so that's okay, So you just gotta be okay with that.
well, you've totally, like, inspired me in many ways in life, and I remember, I think Craig it's so crazy. I remember he asked you guys to take me out for to join us for dinner on my birthday during COVID because he's like, "You won't call anybody. You never call anybody. You don't have any you never reach out to your friends." And then I remember I was telling you my idea, and this is like 2020, and then, Kevin's like, "Yeah, you should do the podcast." And now is it 2025? It's like I finally had to pull the plug because I look at you and your meteoric success, which is literally different layers that have peeled off to reveal you.
I know. Here, I'm gonna take a picture of you.
You're your most true. You're your most you're your most yourself that I've ever seen you be in the most public way, and I'm fucking here for it, and I'm so fucking happy to you, and here's the global domination. Maiden, trust your gut, etc. Watch this
Love you,
space.
Tracy Taylor.
That's
You're
it.
such a stud. I love you so much.
So, anyways, I'm so excited to hear about I'd love to talk to you about Gabby Bernstein. She's very cool. I read a
She's
lot of
so
her
cool.
stuff, and
I'll
I
be
don't
with her
know.
tomorrow night in LA.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll call you.
Yeah, I wanna hear. I just wanted, it's interesting that you reached out to her because I feel like you're so much like her
We
and
became friends on Instagram.
mm,
We met on Instagram too.
'cause I think she used to kind of be in fashion or something. I don't know. Well, but
Yeah,
anyways,
she's a
she's
publicist. She's the
oh,
shit.
okay. Yeah.
She's amazing. She worked in PR.
Oh,
She's
okay.
amazing. She's a good egg. We're doing a collaboration actually. When is the Gab my Gab? Oh shit, heard it here first. I guess I'm not supposed to talk about it yet. February. The Gab is
Jelly.com.
coming. The
Okay,
Gab.
well, you know what? I'm finally doing my true thing and showing myself and not giving a fuck what people think because I was so worried about so long about if
I
I do
told you
this.
not to, Tracy. I was like, just fucking do
What?
it. You're so
Oh my God. But
funny.
I was
You
literally
can talk
thinking
for
like, oh my God,
hours.
I'm never getting hired again. And this is so uncool. People are going to think I'm not into fashion because when you're a fashion person, you're supposed to be fashion 24/7 a day and not be funny, not be cool. And I mean, that's why I was always looking at
You're
you
the
just,
coolest and you have the best style and you're the fucking best. Like your style is fucking iconic and you are incredible. And I love watching you bounce in your trampoline and I imagine myself peeing. You bought me my trampoline.
I know I bought your
Where you're
trampoline.
like,
I always say like,
I
you should just
pee.
throw it away. Like you don't have to keep it. It's
Yes,
like,
I
I thought
have
it
it.
was hilarious.
I
I
still
just
have
thought it
it.
was hilarious
Drew
during
uses
COVID
it
to like,
sometimes. No, Drew uses it sometimes. It's in
mm.
there. So it's right next to
But
the Peloton. So she uses it. Well, no, not
a
anymore.
lot of,
She's at school. Oh my God, that's so sad.
mm, okay. A lot of people pee when they do it too. So
I
don't,
try to like do my
yeah.
Kegels and stuff, but it's really hard. I have my bladder's fucked up from when I went through IVF and they punctured my bladder. That's a whole other story.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, I could
Okay.
tell a lot of stories.
You've been through, okay, wait. So the book, next time maybe we'll talk before, but if, when your book comes out, you know,
Update.
when we're
October
older.
28th.
Oh, no, that book. No, when the biography of you comes out.
Oh, that I'm gonna do?
Autobiography. No, we're
Oh,
talking about like 25, yeah, years. This
all
book,
right.
so Trust Your Gut
Is my cookbook that is coming out, How to Live Anti-Inflammatory, and be a fucking, a queen
it's
and
on
fucking
pre-order now.
it's on pre-order now on Amazon, Barnes& and Noble, Books of Wonder. You can get it at, everywhere, and,
And then
Indigo.
it actually launches, it's in stores on.
It's in-store. Pub date is October 28th, so it'll be in stores. So, like, Barnes& and Noble, Williams& and Noble, all those, like,
Oh
it'll be
my
at
God.
stores on the 28th. My book tour starts, and so, Gabby's actually moderating my book, moderation the day before my book comes out.
Oh my God. In New York
Yeah,
City?
in New York
Oh my God, okay.
City.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, and
I'm
then
so
I do the
happy for
tour.
you.
So then I do like I go Chicago. So I have to do 2 days in New York because I do like you do pub dates, so you do the TV and stuff, and there's the big party too that you have to come to. And then Chicago, LA, Orange County, Dallas, and Miami
Oh, Jen.
in like 4 days.
Only you could do it. Jen, I fucking love you.
Fucking
You're such an inspiration. Thank you for taking the time to do this. I know that you're super busy and I'm just excited to be able to get more of your story out there, which I think is really, really inspirational and you know, and you practice what you preach.
Thanks for having me. I love you. I love you.